Good afternoon, everybody. It's Steve with Real Progressives. I want to take a few minutes tonight to address something that maybe is not in your line of sight right now. Maybe you're still basking in the glow of your blue wave, the taking over of Congress from the Republicans. Maybe you're considering, this latest push for a Green New Deal. Whatever it may be, one thing that you're probably not paying enough attention to right now is the battle that is still going on down in Broward County in South Florida, where Tim Canova is fighting, not just for his own personal integrity and his own personal vote tallies. Tim Canova is doing what you all said you wanted him to do. What we all said we wanted Bernie Sanders to do. He's doing what we tell everyone to do. No, Tim, don't run Democrat. Run independent, Tim. We've got your back. So what does Tim do? Tim's forced into a situation where he ends up having to leave the Democratic Party, run as an independent against the machine that is the Democratic Party down in South Florida, against the same exact entrenched candidate that he fought in the first go-round, Debbie What's-Her-Name Schultz. And then part two, Debbie What's-Her-Name Schultz. This time, it's different, right? This time, it's real different. This time, he is running in such a way where ultimately, he's just another name. When you saw the reports come out, it would be Debbie Wasserman Schultz, D, so-and-so, R, and then other. It'd just be other, just labeled as other. You know who Tim Canova is, folks. They knew who Tim Canova was. Okay, but every step along the way, Tim suffered the otherness that being an independent brings with it. Now, I'm here to tell you, if you're looking at Tim Canova's experience as a calling card, as a message to other people running for office, saying, hey, we got your back, guy. Run independent. I'll never vote for the duopoly again. I'm here to tell you, we haven't exactly sent what I would call a resounding message. I wouldn't suggest that we've sent what we would call a loud endorsement of running as an independent, because you look at the lack of support that he's receiving right now. And you look at the lack, he's iced out in every meaningful way. He doesn't have any real support. He is fighting an entrenched enemy. And Tim went on right-wing media because they were the only ones that were willing to cover the story. CNN wouldn't listen. MSNBC wouldn't listen. None of them would listen. And then the people in South Florida, the Democrats that had once supported him, came out flaming him like he was doing something wrong. Oh, you go over there, that's not helping our cause. Why in the world wasn't this covered? Do you know Brenda Snipes was found guilty of tampering with these ballots, destroying them illegally? She just resigned over this. Where's the outrage? Where's the media attention? You got it going on in Georgia. You got it going on with Gillum. Where is it going on with Tim Canova? Why is there not a massive outpouring of support right now? It wouldn't even matter what party he's from. What matters is that you're going to have an impossible time demonstrating that a third party or an independent has any prayer of a shot at getting elected. If this is the level of effort we put forward in supporting candidates and recounts in fair elections, if we're ready to just go like this and move on, you better stop talking to people about running as independents. If that's the level of attention, if that's the level of energy you're willing to put in when they have tough times like this, without funding, without any, Tim is basically given up all his financial wherewithal to fight this battle. Tim has given up an incredible amount of stuff here in his personal life and public life. He has been skewered. He has been called every name in the book. I'm telling you right now, you haven't got a prayer of seeing a third-party candidate or an independent candidate win any elections if the people are not willing to stand up and fight for the integrity of those elections. But right now, there's an incredible amount of work going on. And we may want ranked choice voting, we may want all these other things, but you've got to get the people that are in office now, and that means Democrats and Republicans. You've got to get Democrats and Republicans to agree to ranked choice voting. No, you've got the Herculean effort to talk to Democrats and Republicans to get them willing to support ranked choice voting. If you've got a duopoly and it's us versus them, and all of a sudden somebody over here is saying, hey, we want to be included in the game too, how many of these two that have a lock on it are willing to say, you know what, it makes sense. Sure, I'll vote to limit my power. Come on in, guys. Let's have a party. It's not going to happen that way. So it's going to take you and I doing an awful lot more work than just hoping and praying, wishing it away. It's going to take a tremendous amount of effort, a tremendous amount of focus. So, full disclosure, I've been on record many times saying that I don't believe that our wins, our successes are going to come in the ballot box. I believe our wins and successes are in movement building, where they can't ignore us any longer. That's where I believe our power comes from. But I believe in the sanctity of elections. I believe it being very, very precious to democracy. So that means we have to work towards getting our democracy more functioning, more representative, more inclusive, and easier access. Obviously, there's a million solutions on the table. I'd love for kids when they graduate high school to be, or even as juniors in high school or something like that, to immediately, whenever they sign their civil service, whatever, be registered to vote. I don't care. I think that should be something that's part of citizenship, what have you. I don't care. What I do care about is the here and now, right this minute, the one thing that we can do something about. And that is that it's literally, I'm telling you right now, it makes me very frustrated when I see people saying, I won't vote for a member of the duopoly. I'll only vote for someone that's an independent. And then when an independent runs, they don't have the support to support them in a recount, to support them in a runoff, to support them in a revote, to invalidate the election, etc. They don't have the support. It sounds great, but the proof is in the pudding. You got to put the legwork in. And you can't just sit there and put your fist in the air saying this stuff, and then as soon as the shit hits the fan, walk away and go on to other things. Now, my area, the area that I live in, is economic justice. That's what I'm an activist for. That's what I focus my attention on. But democracy is a key piece of this. And that's one of our 7 knowledge areas. It's one of the 7 key core areas that Real Progressives wants to focus on is election integrity and election justice. In the democracy knowledge, folks, this is crucial. If you don't see that you demanding people run as independents, you demanding there's a third party, and then when someone does, and then you don't support that, how foolish it makes everyone look. I'm here to tell you, Tim took a flyer on us, we the people. Tim took a flyer on us supporting him. Tim believed that he had the support of the nation backing him, the wind at his back, to take on the most corrupt politician in the whole freaking country in Debbie Wasserman Schultz. And instead, progressive Democrats are down there calling him every name in the book. People that once supported him are tearing his legs out from under him as if he's done something horrible, fighting for election integrity. I'm asking each and every one of you as activists, not as politicos. If Tim loses, I'm okay with that. I mean, I don't want him to lose. Let me be clear. But I'm completely fine with a fair election. If you didn't make your case, if you didn't get the people to the polls, if they didn't support your vision, then you don't deserve to be elected, because that's the way this game works. But if it's not fair, if the people didn't get their votes counted, if the votes were destroyed, if they were missing, if they were just dumped somewhere, hidden under a mattress, whatever, that's not okay. That's illegal. And that gives absolutely zero confidence to our election system, which is why so many of us end up checking out of the system, because we no longer believe our voice matters. You got to show that our voice matters by helping Tim. Let Tim be ground zero of demonstrating that we all support his efforts. Otherwise, you got no shot, folks. It's over. There'll be no shot. And I don't know what to say beyond that. But that's what it's going to take. To do all the fancy stuff we want beyond that, somehow or another, we've got to get the duopoly to vote against its interests. Beyond that, though, this is a legal matter. This is a matter of counting the ballots. And this is a very, very important thing. And it's up to us to make it happen. Steve Grumbine with Real Progressives, hoping you'll go ahead and try and give Tim some support. He desperately needs it. Have a good day, everybody. Bye-bye.